Welcome to episode 547 of AI Brief. Today we are embarking on a deep dive into something pretty profound. Usually when we talk about software, there is a comforting boundary. You open a program, type a command into a little box, and you get your output.
It is a totally transactional relationship. We
Yeah.
go to the machine when we need something, and then we walk away.
But looking at the sources for today's deep dive, that box is completely gone. AI is breaking out of the traditional chat window and moving into our digital workspaces, our physical realities, and, incredibly, the very building blocks of biology.
It is a massive paradigm shift. We're moving away from simply using AI as a tool and moving toward collaborating with AI as an ambient agent. It is fundamentally rewriting the user experience.
Our mission today is to explore how this ambient intelligence is taking over. We will unpack Anthropic turning Claude into a literal coworker in Slack, Meta's aggressive push into smart glasses, and a groundbreaking new operating system for AI biology. So starting with today's new updates, let us talk about our digital workspaces. You probably spend way too much time digging through Slack channels to find a document someone linked last week or pinging someone for an update.
Oh, the retrieval process alone is a massive friction point.
It really is. Well, Anthropic just launched Claude Tag, which brings agentic capability straight into Slack channels. Imagine tagging a coworker, handing them a complex project, and they actually do the work asynchronously while you sleep.
And I should clarify what agentic means here. This is a significant escalation from a standard conversational model. You do not need to open a separate AI dashboard. You just tag the AI with a task in the channel, and it breaks that task down into stages. It figures out what it needs, works through approved company tools, and responds when it finishes.
The feature that really stands out is what they are calling ambient mode. Claude actively fetches information from relevant channels in the background. It builds context over time and even follows up on tasks that have gone quiet.
It acts like a tireless digital project manager.
But I do have to play devil's advocate for a second. Is this really managing workflows, or is it just a glorified chatbot living in a new window? Because AI project manager sounds like a bit of a buzzword.
I get the skepticism, I really do. But it is genuinely managing workflows. The placement within the communication stack is the secret sauce. Andrej Karpathy recently referred to this as the third major redesign of the LLM user interface.
Let us unpack that. What were the first two?
Well, the first era was the command line interface, just raw text. The second era was the chatbot window we all know. This third era is ambient integration, moving the AI to the exact location where the business context and the company tools already live.
Instead of forcing users to switch tabs or copy-paste context back and forth, you usually think, let me check Salesforce. Wait, the notes are in Notion. If Claude lives natively in Slack, it learns based on the organic conversations happening around it.
Spot on. It can synthesize a week of messy engineering discussions and summarize the blockers automatically. And by doing this, Anthropic drops the adoption barrier to zero. It will likely disrupt all those separate agentic coworker startups because you do not have to buy a new app.
So Claude is becoming the ambient AI for your screens. But the next logical step is breaking into the physical world, which brings us to Meta. If Claude is the AI for your software, Meta wants to be the ambient AI for your eyes and ears. They are doubling down on wearables with a new line simply called Meta Glasses.
And they are launching these at a highly accessible $299 price point. They are built in partnership with EssilorLuxottica, the massive eyewear conglomerate, and they are powered by Meta's Muse Spark AI out of the box.
The physical options are wild. There are 26 different styles across 3 designs. You have the Adventurer, the Fury, and a special $399 Kylie Jenner variant. That one comes with an embedded gem, a custom chime, and Kylie Jenner's actual voice for the AI.
It is definitely a distinct strategy.
But look, we saw AI pins and badges flop massively this year. People realized they were clunky and put them in a drawer. What makes Meta think people want to wear a camera and an AI on their faces all day?
That is a very fair point given recent hardware failures. But Meta holds roughly 80% of the smart glasses market right now.
Which is essentially a monopoly.
It is, and they are using a very clever two-tier strategy here. They are keeping the Ray-Ban branding for high-end fashion credibility, but using this standalone Meta Glasses brand to aggressively push affordability and pop culture tie-ins. The Muse Spark AI handles visual understanding, navigation, and live translation. They want to completely box out rivals like Google and become the default layer for the physical world.
Let us move into everything else happening in AI today. We have a lot of ground to cover, from biology to global business shifts, and I will let you take the lead on this section.
Sounds good. I want to start by pulling focus all the way down to the microscopic level. Stanford professor Brian High, who created the EVO models, just released an open framework called Proto. The underlying problem here is that there are over 120 different AI biology models globally, but they could not be combined due to incompatible software and formats.
So having all those models was like having amazing software programs, but no operating system to actually run them together.
That is a perfect analogy. Proto acts as a shared language across DNA, RNA, proteins, and ligands, and the results are staggering. In tests designing cell line-specific splicing patterns, Proto achieved a 32% success rate, testing just 65 candidates.
Wow.
And for context, previous methods had a 7% success rate while testing about 1,000 candidates.
So you are not chasing hundreds of dead ends in a physical lab. It transforms the economics of biological research.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're even using AI agents like Claude to write these proto-programs, diversifying human protein complexes and specifying a lung cancer therapy. It acts as the vital integration layer. It will not cure diseases entirely on its own tomorrow, but it builds the infrastructure for future models to plug in and accelerate actual cures.
That is incredible. And moving from biology to creativity, we are seeing shifts there too.
We are. OpenArt launched a tool called Director. It allows users to vibe direct AI video clips up to 5 minutes long through a single conversation. It keeps the characters and music completely consistent.
Vibe directing is such a great phrase. You do not need to understand timeline editing. You just describe the mood. It is just like the vibe coding trend in software.
It is the exact same philosophy. And speaking of creative tool, Krea open-sourced Krea 2 Raw. It's an undistilled image model, which means it retains all the complex underlying parameters so artists can fine-tune it with much greater fidelity. Plus, they released Krea 2 Turbo for fast generation on consumer hardware.
That is a massive win for the open source community.
But the business landscape has some rougher waters. Cloudflare CEO Matthew Prince warned that AI could destroy small businesses. As AI purchasing agents become more common, it will be harder to persuade them to buy products.
Because an automated purchasing agent does not care about taking clients to dinner or a slick marketing PDF. It just looks at raw data and API integrations.
Precisely. If a small business does not have machine-readable data proving their product is objectively the best, the AI buyer will not even see them. We are also seeing a rapid decentralization of talent. OpenAI researcher Shamal Anandkat is returning to India to start a new venture, proving breakthroughs can happen anywhere.
The geography of tech is definitely shifting.
It is. And NVIDIA just launched the BioNeMo Agent Toolkit, connecting back to our biology theme. It gives AI agents tools for highly complex tasks, like protein structure prediction and molecular docking.
So NVIDIA is building the computational picks and shovels for this biological gold rush.
They absolutely are. Finally, we need to touch on some global geopolitical news. The Trump administration is pressuring Meta to submit its advanced models for government reviews due to national security concerns.
And we must explicitly state for you, the listener, we are strictly neutral here. We are not taking a political side or endorsing either the administration's regulatory stance or Meta's corporate viewpoint.
Definitely not. We're simply reporting this detail from the sources to highlight the increasing global regulatory scrutiny surrounding these advanced models. The technology is moving faster than the law.
Let us transition into today's trending AI tools. We have covered the macro trends, but how can you actually integrate this rapid advancement into your life today? I want to run through these and give a practical use case for each. First up, Microsoft's speech generation. You can use it to create content in 15 languages.
Which is incredibly useful for instantly localizing videos for an international audience without hiring translators.
Next, we have massive upgrades in document processing. Baidu can process over 40 pages in one pass, while Mistral offers layout-aware document understanding.
That Mistral tool is an absolute lifesaver if you are digitizing complex PDFs like legal contracts with columns and tables, because it actually visually understands the structure of the page.
Then there is Google's Creative AI Studio, which now generates videos with real locations. If you are a marketer, you can drop your product into realistic environments instantly.
Or if you are a creator, you can establish professional scenes without a travel budget.
We also have Gamma. Gamma lets you build beautiful presentations and entire websites using just one prompt. You spend zero time messing with formatting or aligning boxes.
You just focus entirely on your narrative and let the AI handle the design friction.
Brand is another great one. It manages your brand identity seamlessly across everything you do. And if you were trying to navigate that automated business economy we mentioned, Rank AI autonomously gets you buyers from Google and AI search.
It essentially acts as an SEO marketing agency running 24/7 in the background without you managing a checklist.
We also saw Seedance in the sources, which lets you create 4K cinematic videos with synchronized native audio.
And that synchronized audio is generally the hardest part of AI video generation, so that is a huge leap.
Finally, there is Bloom. Bloom allows you to run multiple AI agents, assign them defined roles, and have them collaborate directly with your human teams.
Tying perfectly back into the concept of AI as a coworker.
And that brings us full circle. We have covered incredible ground today, from Claude autonomously managing our workflows in Slack, to Meta glasses changing how we see the physical world, all the way down to Proto rewriting the rules of biological research.
I want to leave you with a highly provocative thought to consider. We looked at these advancements individually, but what happens when these ambient systems begin interacting with each other seamlessly?
That is a wild concept to think about.
Imagine a future where the AI in your smart glasses observes a physical problem in the real world, maybe a crop disease on a farm. It silently tags your enterprise AI in Slack to research a solution, which then uses an AI biology framework like Proto to design a chemical cure, all without you typing a single prompt.
The interface disappears completely and the box is gone for good. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive. Keep exploring these tools on your own.
And please follow and share the podcast.
We will see you in the next episode.